Hi guys, I just wanted to make a short video to show you how our numeracy practice quizzes work and a few of the features in them. So here you can see I'm logged into my profile. Once you're logged in, you've got a few other options up the top here with my profile and log out as well. If you're not logged in, it will just say login. Once you've purchased access to the quizzes, you can log in and you'll see this page. To access our quizzes, we just go down here to our courses and click on Lantite Numeracy Practice Questions. Here we can see there's a whole range of different quizzes. Now you can choose to do non-calculator questions, calculator questions, or a full Lantite practice test. They all come in a few different varieties, so you've got shorter quizzes here and then slightly longer quizzes as you go down. You can choose to do a few questions if you've only got a few minutes, or you can choose lots of questions if you want. It's up to you. If we go into our non-calculated quiz just here, you'll see we can start our quiz and we're taken straight into our first question. This is what our quizzes all look like. There's a couple of differences between them which we'll go through, but I just want to show you a couple of the features here. I can skip questions in my calculator and non-calculated quizzes because we're just doing some practice and revision. I don't have to answer every question. If I do choose to answer a question, I click check and it will tell me straight away if it's correct or incorrect and give me the answer. If I'm not sure about one of my questions, I can choose to click here and click review. What that will do is it will highlight the question as yellow and I can come back to it later to review it before I finish the quiz. I can go through and I can look at all different questions and navigate between them all, or I can choose a quiz summary. So what this does is it finishes the quiz. So if we go to our quiz summary, we can see we've answered one question because it's green. We've got one question for review, and then all of these questions aren't answered yet because they are still white. If you want to finish now, that is okay, or you can go back to question 8, for example. But if we finish the quiz at the moment, you'll see it will calculate and record your results for you. And it will show us here that we've got 0 out of 15 points because there's 15 questions in this quiz, or 0%. If we go down here, we've got a few options. Do a different quiz, to return to our profile, to restart this quiz, or to view the questions. If I view the questions, it will show me every single question and every single answer in this quiz that I just completed. So I can go through and review them all and see what I need to work on. But for now, let's go back and look at a different quiz. Now, if I go down and I choose the calculator quiz, this is just questions with a calculator. You'll notice straight away we've got an on-screen calculator here. So we're trying to make it as similar as possible to the Lantite Numeracy test for you. If we start this quiz, you'll notice it looks exactly the same as the non-calculator quiz. We've got the review button to highlight questions, we've got the summary button, we've got the skip button, the check button, and we've got our on-screen calculator. So this just works by clicking. You can add things together, you can multiply, divide, whatever you need to do, you can do it here. In your Lantite test, you're not allowed to take your own calculator, so you have to use their on-screen calculator. So this is a good chance to get some practice in using that. If we finish our quiz, we go quiz summary and finish, and it will be exactly the same as our non-calculator. But for now, let's go back and look at the final type of quiz. So if we go down the bottom here to our Lantite practice test, you'll notice there's a few differences between this one and all of our other quizzes and tests up here. So the very first thing you'll probably notice is here we have a 2-hour time limit to complete our test. Your Lantite test is 2 hours long, and so this will slowly count down for you to help you practice your timing. You'll also notice down here we have 65 questions exactly like your Lantite test. We have our calculator on screen, and we've still got a few of our buttons. The only difference between this and your numeracy test that you complete for your Lantite is I cannot get rid of this calculator for non-calculated questions. So if you see a big heading here that says non-calculator, don't use this calculator. It will still be there, but don't use it to answer these questions. In your Lantite test, you'll get all of your calculated questions first, and then you'll do your non-calculated questions second, and there won't be a calculator. Unfortunately, I cannot set this up for you like that. So just avoid using the calculator. We still have our review question button here if we want to tag our questions for review later. We have our quiz summary, show us all of our questions at once or to finish our test. We don't have our skip button anymore, as we don't want to be skipping questions because it's a test. We cannot skip our questions. And instead of a checkbox, we have a next box. So here, if I answer this question, what you'll notice is when I click next, it will just take me straight to the next question. It doesn't check it, it doesn't mark it incorrect or correct, it just moves me straight on like the test will. Once I've answered all my questions, I can go to the quiz summary, finish the test, and it will mark them for me. So here you can see that one question we answered, we got incorrect because we got 0 out of 65, and we're back to the same page. Again, we can view all 65 questions here, and we can see what we got right and wrong, and we can go back through and revise that to see what we need to study and practice with. But for now, there's one last thing I'd like to show you. So if we go back to our profile page, there's one helpful feature that you might not have noticed. Okay, so now that we're back at our profile page, I want to show you one last feature. Now this feature allows you to see all of your statistics and past history from any of the quizzes that you've taken on our site. So to access that, instead of clicking down here on the heading Lantite Numeracy Practice Questions, we're going to click this little arrow next to it. And what that will do is that will show us every single time we've taken a quiz on here and how we've gone. So down the bottom you can see the couple of quizzes we've taken while recording this video. We've got a few other quizzes I've had a go at here and I haven't done very well. These ones at the top I haven't done very well, and then I've got a couple in the middle I've done very well at. If you get over 90% in one of our quizzes, we'll award you a certificate that you can download and have a look at, just for something to help celebrate your success. If we're not quite getting 90%, that is okay. We just want to try and figure out the areas we need to work on and the types of questions that we need to do some revision for so that we can start improving our results before our Lantite test. If you want to view any of your tests, you can click on one of these little clipboards. So guys, that's everything I wanted to show you today with our numeracy practice quizzes. If you have any more questions about them, then please contact us. Send us an email or join us on Facebook in our Facebook group, or shoot us a Facebook message and we'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. Good luck studying for your Lantite test, and hopefully we can all pass and become the best teachers we can be.